Hello and welcome, my name is Pierre and today I want to talk about my favourite and my least favourite tropes in books. Tropes, maybe, I don't know. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the word trope, I'm gonna paraphrase here. A trope is like a, oh god, I don't know, like a theme, like a thing that happens in books. For example, I love triangle. There we go. Good job, Pierre. So that's a really brief summary of what tropes are. I'm sure you already knew that. There are a variety of tropes, some that are more common than others, some that are like little subtle, just like flicks of things that are cool or not cool. I want to talk about a few of my favorites and my least favorites. They're kind of in no particular order. They're just things that, like, I was just driving home and I thought, oh, I hate that. Oh, I like that. So there's like probably tons more, but these are the ones that came to my head immediately. I'm gonna try and work backwards from like my hates and my loves, so that way I get to like my favorite and like I want to say my least favorite at this current point in time at the end of the video. I'll start with the trope that I really dislike, and that is a character coming into or developing or being gifted magical powers or powers and just being instantly good at it. That grinds my gears for some reason. I really like when characters have to struggle to understand their abilities, to harness their abilities, they have to train their abilities. That irks me. I like when characters I like training montages. Training montages are my favorites. And that's not a trope, but I really love training montages. One of my favorite tropes is the reluctant chosen one, which is basically your chosen one character who reluctantly accepts they have been the chosen one. So, you know, who come into this magical power, or they have some destiny or some fate and they just really want zero part of it, but then somehow they, you know, ideally snowball into then accepting it's their destiny, accepting it's their fate, and then becomes a badass. I love generally reluctant snarky people. Another one I dislike is extreme, and I mean like hardcore, out of character changes. So I know you've got your character arc, but at some point whilst reading a book you kind of understand, you get to know a character. And so when they make choices that are so out of character, it's kind of like, what? Slash, I guess that could kind of be with, you know, like you read a few books and the series is going one way and then they just go the other. Hashtag maximum ride. You think you know a character and then the author throws them in, and it's not, I'm not talking about like choices that you can understand or like you aren't, like they're explained to you why they did that. I don't have an example right now, but they just do something and you're kind of just like, what? Another one that I do love is, yeah, it's you hate to love. So whether that's a romantic relationship or a friendship, it's when two characters, when they first meet, they hate each other for whatever reasons, whether that's like their life-sworn enemies or they just have heard back of things or they just hate each other for whatever reason. Love relationships or friendships. And throughout the book, the novels, the series, they slowly begin to either become friends, i.e. best friends is the best one, or lovers. Another one that I absolutely hate is the useless family trope. So characters are motivated and driven, whether it's for their family or for other reasons, but their useless family is useless and drags them down or is just useless. Another trope that I absolutely love is the revenge plot, which generally I find leads to like an assassin school. So you've got a character and they've been betrayed, or their family's been massacred, or their town has been destroyed, and they then have this revenge plot, and so they go to either an assassin school, which is also my favorite, or one of my favorite tropes. I guess you can lump those two together. For example, in Nevernight, Mia's family is destroyed, and so she goes to the Red Church to train as an assassin, as a killer, I guess, to seek revenge on the people who wronged her family. This is a common trope. I really love it. I love when they go to schools. I love magical schools, I guess, or just schools in general. It brings it back to my training montage. I love when people come into power and have to train to be great. It gives me motivation to also do that, but not enough. My least favorite common trope at this very point in time is insta-love, and it's probably always going to be insta-love because I just don't understand it. I've never looked at someone and gone, I'm in love with you. I've looked at people and been like, damn, I want you in my bed. I've looked at people and I've gone, you're really great as a person, cool, but I've never looked at someone and been like, I want to dedicate my life to loving you. So, you can ask Jacob, it took him a long time too. But, so I don't understand that. I don't understand that in a book, how characters say like 3 or 4 words to each other and they're like, giving him long lusty looks and, oh, thinking about our future. And I'm like, no, work for that shit. Maybe I'm hard to please and I just expect people to work hard to obtain things that they want. Insta-love just confuses me because I'm like, you don't know everyone, he could be hiding deep dark secrets, and usually they are. Which brings me to my most favorite trope of all time, and I think it's been this way for a while now, just because the ones that I've read do it so well that it makes me really happy to read. That is your characters who have half human blood and half magical blood. I think that is just the greatest thing in the world. I love it so much. The most recent one that I can think of that was done really, really well is Rochelle from the Demon Child trilogy by Jennifer Fallon. So she's half human-blooded, half demon-blooded, so she has like a bunch of powers related to being demon-blooded. I love it. I think it's really cool. I love that trope. I love a lot of the time they don't know they have that magical blood, so they just think they're like average human or whatever, and then they find out they've got this other blood, and so it brings on like a whole bunch of, whether it's like magic or traits or other cool things. I really, really love it. I'm always secretly wishing that my magical blood would show up, do its thing. Alas. Those are just a couple of my favorite and least favorite tropes off the top of my head. Again, I should start learning to plan videos, but I don't. I'd love to know what some of your favorite and least favorite tropes are in the comments down below. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!